We are with Frankie Corrado. Frankie, we are 10 days away from Canada's first men's hockey game at the upcoming Olympics. And it's time to start really looking at these line combos and what they could be. So we want you to give us your top six. How do you think John Cooper should roll out these superstars?
All right, Sarah, here's my top six. First line, McDavid with Celebrini and Reinhart. Second line, McKinnon with Sidney Crosby and Mark Stone. I feel like with both these lines, I have at least one player that is incredibly defensively responsible. That would be Sam Reinhart. That would be Mark Stone. Guys that have takeaways, guys that are responsible on the wall, make good plays. I obviously have two of the best centermen in the game, and I have a ton of speed down the middle of the ice. Where I think it becomes interesting is on the left wing. If I start with the second line, I have Sidney Crosby playing with Nathan MacKinnon. I feel like it's a pretty simple match. These guys train together in their summer. They're from the same hometown. Like, there's a lot of chemistry already built in between both of those guys. I think the communication would be off the charts. And then Macklin Celebrini is an interesting one with Connor McDavid, because as much as Celebrini is a very skilled player who makes great plays and can shoot the puck really well, he also is a workhorse. He's willing to go and get it, and he's got the speed to keep up with Connor McDavid. So I think all three of those players on each of those lines complement each other pretty well.
Yeah, I like what you're putting down there. McDavid, McKinnon as your top two centers. That's unreal. And if Canada's ever behind in a game, Frankie, would you be tempted to put them out there together?
Absolutely, I would. And I would feel like that is going to give you an element of speed that other teams just might not be able to match. It's crazy when you see what both of these guys have done throughout the course of this season and in seasons past, but there's a certain level of ferocity that each of these guys have when they're just a little bit ticked off. We've seen Connor McDavid take off here this season when maybe there was a little bit of chatter that, has Nathan MacKinnon passed Connor McDavid as far as the best player in the NHL is concerned? And McDavid essentially took that personally, Michael Jordan style, and now he's taken off. And, you know, when Nathan MacKinnon gets a little bit, call it ornery in a game, there's a little bit of an edge to his game as well. So the fact that you could put those two together, knowing that, you know, when the chips are down and Team Canada is losing, what these guys do when they're a little upset, you package that together, yeah, that would be pretty tempting to have those guys playing together on the same time if you needed to.
Oh, yeah, it sure would be. You don't want to poke the bear with them. Now, one other major question, Frankie, maybe the biggest one, is who starts in goal? You know, 10 days from now, are you going with Jordan Binnington based on what he did at Four Nations, or are you going to make another choice?
You know, probably Jordan Binnington, even though statistically he's been the worst of the three goalies. But, you know, Logan Thompson's game has dipped a little bit, as has the Washington Capitals. Darcy Kemper, same deal, as has the Los Angeles Kings. And I feel like the goodwill and the trust that Jordan Binnington built with this coaching staff and Team Canada last season with the Four Nations is going to help him. Now, it hasn't been a great season for him. He's not even necessarily the starting goalie on his team right now. But I do wonder if being put in a different environment with all the best players in the world around him, and an environment where it's all about winning for 2 weeks, if that just resets his mind a little bit. And as we know, Jordan Binnington has had the ability to step up in big games. He's a very mentally strong goaltender for these short durations. So having him get the net in the first game and see what it looks like, and if it goes well, then you know exactly where you're at with your goaltending position. If you don't, then you should have two goaltenders that are capable to pick up the slack if you need to.
That's a good strategy. And starting Binnington would mean you have Logan Thompson on the bench, and FanDuel's Vezina Trophy odds have Thompson listed third behind only Ilya Sorokin and Andrei Vasilevsky. Now, with Russia not included in the games, neither of those goalies will be at the Olympics.